The Green Bay Packers just made a sneaky good pick with edge rusher Barryn Sorrell out of the University of Texas with the 124th overall selection in the 2025 NFL Draft. Welcome into the Packers Report, everybody. I am your host, Joey Petersen. We're going to break down this selection. We're also going to tie up everything the Packers have done in a nice little bow at the end of today's show. But before we get into any of that, we need you guys, alrighty? I got a question. Can we get to 3,500 subscribers by the end of the draft? We're currently at 3,320. We only need 180 more diehard Packers fans to join us right here at the Packers Report. If you have not subscribed already, we've got you covered for everything NFL Draft. We've got you covered in the offseason, of course, going into the 2025 season as well. All right here on the Packers Report. Lock us in right now and hit that sub button. Barryn Sorrell was the selection, senior out of the University of Texas, 6'3", 22 years old, hailing from New Orleans, Louisiana. It was a really cool scene when he was drafted, still being in the draft in Green Bay. Got a nice little standing ovation from the Packers fans. 44 tackles in 2024, 11 tackles for loss, 6 sacks, and 1 pass breakup. Barryn Sorrell is kind of a jack of all trades when it comes to what he does on the defensive line, on the exterior of the defensive line, because he's a solid run defender, and he also showed a lot of growth over this past year as a pass rusher. He wins with good hands, has great upper body strength, and he has a really high motor as well. Sometimes that can be good, but sometimes it can kind of allow him to crash too much as a backside run stopper and overrun the pocket. But still, at pick number 124, Tom Downey, our NFL draft expert right here at Chat Sports, has him as the 110th overall prospect. So definitely getting some really, really good value right there for the pick out of the University of Texas. And if there's one thing I've talked about a ton since we've started this channel, 3 months ago, I guess at this point, time flies when you're having fun. I've talked ad nauseum about how this pass rush needs to improve. We know my sentiment. They're good at getting sacks. They cannot pressure the quarterback consistently to save their lives. And Barryn Sorrell is one of those guys who had a really, really high pressure rate this past year in 2024. 13.5, 49 pressures. And the great thing about him is he improved year by year by year. 2022, 8.4% pressure rate. 2023, 10.9. 2024, 13.5. He got better and better and better, and hopefully he can take that next step at this next level. I think they see a lot in him. I think that, they have a lot of high hopes for what he can turn into in this Green Bay Packers defense. And I have a lot of high hopes for how Jeff Hafley will use him, because I think he got a really, really great prospect in Barryn Sorrell. Don't hold back. Get down in the comment section and grade the pick. Give it an A, B, C, D, or F. I'll grade every single pick at the end of today, but I want you to do it right now with Barryn Sorrell in the comment section. The Athletic's Dane Brugler had this to say on the edge rusher. Sorrell passes the eye test, and the foundation of his game is power, which sets up different ways for him to win. Although his average short area athleticism might limit the frequency of those wins against NFL blockers, his makeup and motor will give him a chance to carve out a role for a 4-3 scheme. And isn't that just perfect for him fitting in right here with the Green Bay Packers? And that's the thing. He's not one of these guys like a James Pierce Jr., like a Mike Green, who just go out and absolutely light it up on all the athletic tests. He's not going to be a guy that breaks a 4.5 40-yard dash. But he's strong, he's relentless, he's athletic enough, he has enough good pass rush moves in his arsenal to be a really, really good player for this team and in this league. Now, I'm really curious. I don't want to say where this defense goes from here, but how the addition of Barryn Sorrell will be on this defense. My feelings is, as of right now, he's just kind of going to be a solid depth piece, a rotational piece, a guy you see from time to time. And of course, if he starts to flash a little bit more than people might expect him to, than I might expect him to, than anybody who's in that draft room might expect him to. You're going to see him a little bit more. But that's the thing about this defensive line is they might not have anybody that's like clear-cut the best pass rusher on this team, but they have a lot of really good depth pieces. I think Barryn Sorrell adds to that. Make sure you guys add to your closets by using our link, chatsports.com/Packers draft hat. You can get any one of these hats. You can get the white one. You can get the black one. I know you've been seeing your favorite prospects rock them all weekend long. I think they're super sick. And if you want to get a part of the action, you can head on over right now to chatsports.com/Packers draft hat. We do some awesome thing with our friends over there at Fanatics. Really do appreciate every single thing they do for us right here at Chat Sports on the Packers Report. So support us by supporting them. Lock it down one of these draft hats for yourself. Chatsports.com/Packers draft hat. 22 years old as well. I think a lot of times you see guys on day 4, drafting prospects that they believe can be developmental prospects, but they're like 6-year seniors, 24 years old. And I don't want to say they're already past their prime because I'm 24 years old. I hope I'm not past my prime. But getting a guy with that athletic profile, with still what he's been able to do this last year at Texas, still at the age of 22, I think is a really big positive. And what I love about Barryn Sorrell is if you remember how good that University of Texas defense was in 2023, especially that defensive line, multiple guys going in the, first round of the draft in 2024, like it's impressive that those guys left and you really didn't see that much of a drop-off with University of Texas. And part of that reason is because Barryn Sorrell was there, kind of holding down the fort, being a really good option for Steve Sarkisian and everything that Texas wanted to do because they knew they could count on the guy that they had on their edge. So far, here's the Packers selections. Matthew Golden, Anthony Belton, Savion Williams, that's first, second, third. Barryn Sorrell is the first pick on this day 3 day that we've got. And first defensive selection for Green Bay as well. Offense, defense. I expect to see a run on defense. I'm happy they're addressing edge rusher. Now that we're kind of getting out of round 4, I have a feeling Jair Alexander is still going to be a Green Bay Packer. Or excuse me, I don't want to say that. I have a feeling that at the end of this draft process, he's still going to be a Green Bay Packer. Now, what happens next week? We don't know yet. But I'm kind of confident as we get into the 5th round, close into the 5th round, that Jair Alexander might not get dealt in the draft, and the Packers are just going to end up releasing him. But I would expect a lot of defensive selections from here on out. I'd expect a look at corners. I'd expect maybe a look at interior offensive line, maybe a running back late, but some more depth pieces on the defensive line, either the exterior or the interior. Would not be surprised if more than one cornerback gets selected as well. There's a lot of ways they could go. I definitely did not expect them to go 2 wide receivers in the first 3 rounds and then offensive tackle in the second. It's kind of been a surprising draft so far. But this pick right here in round 4, Barryn Sorrell, you get a almost top 100 player at pick number 124. I think he's got a really bright future ahead. I think he's a perfect scheme fit for everything that Jeff Hafley likes to do in Green Bay. And I think he's going to be great for the Green Bay Packers heading into 2025. We're about to get on out of here. Don't worry, you'll see me a good bit later today. Make sure you guys, if you haven't yet, and you're still watching, it's obviously like the content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, all right? Lock us in because we give you daily videos. And the great thing about it is it's about to be the offseason, which I know we love football. It sucks it's about to be the offseason, but a ton of places take off. You won't hear them again until about August when the preseason starts. Not us. Right here at the Packers Report, daily videos all throughout the entirety of the offseason, all throughout the entirety of the summer. All you got to do is lock us in by hitting that subscribe button.